Greetings, everybody. Settling in to a nice Tadasana, beginning our slow, deep, even breathing. See if you can actually feel the torso move as you breathe. And your next inhalation with the arms up. Fingers up to the sky and exhale, lower down. Of course, maybe they're just not that high right away. You can try pressing in with the feet when you lift up. Let the breath guide your movements. Use Ujjayi if you'd like. Inhale, shoulders up by the ears, and exhale, just let them be and shimmy a little bit. And now Robin's breath. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to prayer pose. You can press the hands firmly together if you'd like. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, lower. Do some nice shoulder rolls. Take your gaze right and left. Feel a little core while you're doing this. Right there below the belly, it's a feeling of lift. And then draw the ears to the shoulders. We're going to do a bunch of spinal waves, not just cat-cow, but sideways and obliques, and then intersperse some core work with that. And I think that'd be a nice way to keep our back healthy. So, we'll start with the Robin's Flow. Inhale, extend the right foot forward, feel yourself grow tall, good place to feel core, little burn in the thigh. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, extending the left leg. Grow tall, press to the right foot, and exhale down. Take the feet apart a little bit. First thing we're going to do is lift the arms up, pick a little fruit here, and notice how you're lengthening through the side bodies. Yeah, that's a good start. And then clasp your hands together, draw the palms up to the sky, and give yourself an upper back bend, taking your gaze upward. And then exhale, draw your left hand, arm around, give yourself a little elongation feeling in the arms here. And now we'll begin cat-cow. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, sticking the butt out, squeezing the shoulder blades. Inhale, center. Exhale. Create that roundness, and then make this a nice flow, going back and forth. And keep that up for quite a while. If you'd like to do cat-cow on the mat, you can do cat-cow on the mat. If you want to, you can do that seated on the mat. Still cat-cow, where you lift up, create as much of a back bend as you can, and round it out. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, rounding it out. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, rounding it out. And now lean back and lift your right arm up. On the pod, this would be plank, right? Sustain this pose. If you want to do flexions, you can do flexions. So on the pod, you're just extending, right? Now you can lean back as we were doing on the mat. You can do that too. Just as long as you feel a nice long line. Sustaining the pose. A lot of core, a lot of thigh. And now let's go ahead and do the other side. Flexions here. And then you can just sustain the pose. Breathing deeply, feeling that in the core, and also feeling it in your upper abs. Breathing deeply, keep at it. I'm just going to where we can do this here on the pod. You can be straight ahead. You don't have to lean back if you don't want to, but you can if you want. And then exhale, return to Tadasana. We'll do a nice robin's flow. And you know, part of our spinal wave can include rolling around on the sit bones, because all the spinal wave stuff is to be fluid. That's what we want. Now let's do another cat-cow series. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding forward for back bend. Inhale, feeling yourself go tall. That's really what I meant by lifting up. And then rounding it out. So you can make this a little larger than before. You can make it flowier, where you don't spend a lot of time coming into neutral, but it's there nevertheless, being mindful. And of course, you can get back down on the mat if you want to. Don't have to, of course, right? Or maybe you like that whole thing of being on the mat and doing cat-cows that way. All right, so let's go now to some nice, we're actually going to come into plank again. And we'll take the leg out to the side. And inhale back in again. Exhale, place the foot down. Inhale, extend. And exhale, take the leg out to the side. Inhale back in. And exhale, lower. Robin's flow. And we'll do the gyrokinesis style. I won't say it's exactly like it. Kind of cat-cow. Where we inhale, lift the sternum and fold. Come all the way to the half lift. And then take it into a round. Inhale, lift up with the back rounded. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. And we'll be coming back to that. And now we're going to come into plank once again, but this time without the leaning back. That was more of a Navasana, wasn't it? So we can come into plank here and see if you can sustain this for 5 deep breaths. Some of you might want to do that from the pod and breathe. If you want to put any little push-up into it, you can do that. And then, of course, we have the option of coming into plank here. You can do plank with the shoulders over the elbows, breathing deeply. You can also come into plank with the shoulders over the wrists. Maybe do some pulses. I don't want to call them pulses. Presses, maybe we could call them. Now, it's perfectly legit to do plank with the knees on the ground too. And you can do some pulses or some bending of the elbows there too. No sway back. All right. Now let's do the other side from the pod. But first we'll do a nice robin's flow. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to prayer pose. Opening up and laying down. And then coming into plank again. All about sustaining, all about breathing, all about being tall through the crown of the head. So see if you can maintain that. Of course, then we can do, for those of you who want to, can do it from the pod. Keep breathing, maybe bending the elbows. Or even doing it from the mat. I think it's nice to do the elbows or the shoulders over the elbows and come into plank here. If you have any kind of wrist problem or anything, this is nice to do. Breathe deeply and know that you can also come to plank with the shoulders over the wrist. And knowing full well that you can come down on the knees as well, and maybe do some pulses. I don't know why I'm calling them pulses today. It's not a good yoga word. Okay. Now we'll return to Tadasana. We'll do a nice robin's flow. And we're going to come into some nice side bends. Inhale, left arm up. And if you'd like to do this with the feet apart, sometimes I think it gives you a little more stability. And side bend to the right. Feel that roundness in the spine. And then inhale up and we go the other direction. So let's just make that a flow for right now. And think of how your spine is having its own spinal wave sideways. Breathe. And then clasp the hands behind you or have your hands at the sacrum. Lift the chest and round it out if you'd like. Inhale back up and exhale, round it out. For those of you that want to, you can finagle your feet so that they become parallel to each other and just do a nice hamstring stretch here. Inhale, rising up and returning to Tadasana. Exhale, press the feet forward. I'm going to do mine at an angle. You certainly don't have to. And then exhale to lean back. Nice long line. Feel that core. Feel the upper abs engaging. Nice broad lifted chest. Hang out here for as long as you'd like. Your breathing will be effortful, but you still want it to be cool, calm, and collected, so to speak. If you want to, you can bring your hands to help you with balance, or you can actually come off or reverse plank, Purvottanasana. And breathe deeply here. See if you can maintain that. You can try it on the mat if you'd like. And lifting up. I'm trying to make it so my shoulders are pretty much over my wrists. And breathing. Somehow it's a little easier to breathe here than when you're in full plank. Nevertheless, it's pretty effortful. And then exhale, release. Everyone bring the back of the hands together. Wiggle those fingers a little bit and draw the fingers up towards the inside of the wrists. And let's do a nice robin's flow here. Inhale up and exhale, prayer pose. Inhale, lifting up and exhale, lowering. Let's come back and do a lunar flow of our side bends. Again, you can bring that hand in front. Now that is a nice spinal wave sideways, but there's another one too where you can keep the feet apart if you want, where you're drawing your head to the right, but the left side of the body to the left. So you can put an arm out here and then do the other side. See how that changes that structure of this kind of spinal wave? Keep your breathing steady. If you find your hip lifting up, so when I go to the right, I lift my left hip, you can try that. Return to Tadasana. Let's do a robin's flow. And we're going to do another inversion. Take the feet apart, slide the hands down the shins. Maybe you'd like to go side to side here. You can draw your shoulders forward. And then really come into a long, long line here and enjoy this inversion. If you want to clasp the hands behind you, lift them up. Inhale to rise up. And we're going to come into boat pose again. But this time we'll draw the knees towards the chest and straighten the legs. Maybe you prefer to have one foot down. You do whatever you think it's right. Bring her hands to prayer pose. You can put a little twist here, not a big one. And then just enjoy your sense of balance here and breathe. And then exhale, come out of the pose, and let's find Robin's Flow. Inhale, hands to the hips. Exhale, extend the right foot forward and fold. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, right leg out to the side. Lift the left arm up and gate pose. Inhale, back up, return to Tadasana. Exhale, extend the left foot and fold. Flat back, you guys. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left leg out to the side. Inhale, right arm up and side bend to the left. Inhale, back up, return to Tadasana, Robin's Flow. And now let's just do a nice twist because we're going to get into our obliques pretty soon. So this does some nice oblique twisting. You could call it a spinal wave. In fact, we could make it that way by prefacing it with the back bend. So inhale, lift the chest with the hands at the head, elbows open. Exhale, twist and tuck, right elbow towards the left knee. Inhale, back to center and lift up and exhale to twist. Inhale, back bend if you want it. Exhale, twist and tuck. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Return, shake the arms a little bit. I feel that in my shoulders. I don't know about you. Let's do a Robin's Flow. And while we're at it, let's come into Warrior B. Take the left leg out to the side, open up with the right leg. You can do this off the pot as well. Breathing deeply. Take your gaze over your right hand. Engage your left glute. Sink deep into the pose. Exhale, lower the left arm down. Inhale to exalted. Feel that lovely line in the right side of the body, that lovely curve. And keep the pelvic floor nice and lifted as you come into Parsvakonasana. And just like always, if you're off the pod, popping into Trikonasana. Inhale to rise up. Everybody mindfully make your way back to Tadasana. Inhale, take the left leg. Whoops, no, it'll be taking the right leg out to the side, left leg open as we come into Warrior B on this side. On or off the pod. Gazing over your left hand. Exhale, lowering the right arm. Inhale, exalted. Feel that nice curve of the spine. Coming into Parsvakonasana, which is not a curved spine. Opting to come into Trikonasana. And then everyone mindfully, carefully find your way back to Tadasana, protecting your knees, and we come into Robin's Flow. I don't know what Bucky saw, but he's after it. I guess we got airplanes going too. Let's go ahead and do some shoulder rolls. Take your gaze right and left. One, a Robin's Flow. And now for another aspect of the spinal wave, oblique, Let's do our beach ball routine. Our arms are a diagonal. We hold on to this big beach ball. And remember, it's invisible because so it's going to go right through our legs when we move. Because we're going to exhale, fold, and twist. And we're not tucking and rounding the back here. You might find this in the left leg. You might feel things happening there. Exhale, use your core though. And we'll go back and forth. Keep your beach ball large. It's easy to make it small. Right? Let's do a couple more, shall we? Shoulders aren't lifted. You can make this quite dramatic. Might not seem so to a passerby. And then inhale, arms up, and we'll do the other side. Find that diagonal. You can look to see if the arms are in a nice long diagonal line. I was down here. I can see myself, so I was able to extend it. But see if you can do it in your mind's eye or cheating by looking. Exhale, hold on to your big ball now, and then we go. Keep the knees open. Go to the diagonal. Everything's engaged in this rounded sort of way. Rounded in terms of the arms. Yes. And again. Inhale back to center. Do a nice little shimmy and do a robin's flow. And now I have to leave you because my dog is barking where he's not supposed to be. And I'll be right back.